Hello BSS, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here then just welcome. Hi, my name is Brenda. I do paranormal videos here on my channel, so if that is something that you are interested in, please consider subscribing down below and turn on your post notifications so you do not miss when I post another video like this one. Now with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. Alright guys, I quickly needed to interrupt the video just to thank Rose Forever New York for partnering with me once again for another video. And today I would just be showing you guys real quick the roses that they sent me the previous time that I worked with them, which was back in March. So it has been now 8 months or so that I have had these roses, and they still look so beautiful, so pristine. I love these roses. They make wonderful decoration, a gift for somebody who really loves flowers. Look at how precious. They have so many different colors to choose from, different types of boxes, and they actually preserve these roses with natural oils, and they last for up to a year or more. They smell like real roses. They look fantastic. And for today's video, they actually gave me a bigger discount code since they are having a huge Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale that's going to go up all the way to November 28th. So go check them out today. It is Black Friday today, so make sure to go check them out and get your hands on some of these roses and use my code beyondbellezaparanormal to get $40 off your purchase site-wide. Make sure to go check them out, guys. Their information will be in the description down below. And again, thank you so much, Rose Forever, for working with me. It is always such a pleasure. Now back to the video. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm excited to be here telling you guys some more scary stories, and as you can tell by today's title, today I will be reading my subscribers' paranormal stories that were submitted to me. And as always, if you would like to submit your own stories, make sure to send them to my email beyondbellezaparanormal@gmail.com. That is the only place that I read these stories from, so make sure that you send in yours, even if it's not your own. As I always let you guys know, it can be anybody that you know or any story that anyone has ever told you. I would love to read it here on my channel, so make sure you send those in for a chance to be featured here on one of these videos. Okay, now that that's all out of the way, first of all, I just quickly wanted to say I hope that you all had a lovely holiday, spending time with your family if you did end up celebrating Thanksgiving. I know that not everybody does. I myself just like to take it as the day off and then be with my family and do all of the things and eat all of the food, and that's all basically I take it for. It's not like the best kind of holiday to celebrate given all of its history and so on and so forth, which I won't be getting into very much. I just wanted to say that I hope you guys enjoyed Thursday and that you had a good time with your loved ones. Okay, now let's actually get into today's video. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my phone so I can start reading off of my email. Alright, and then thank you so much for everybody who did submit one of these stories. As always, I really do appreciate it. Alright, so first one is sent in to me by Lily, and she says, "It's finally a subscriber scary stories episode again. Let's all start our weekend right with Brenda." You're so sweet. "This story was told to me by my niece when I stayed at their house at the other side of the country for over a month in December 2021, when our entire island got hit with a super typhoon that caused us not to have water and electricity for 2 whole months. It's the Philippines. Everything is so painfully slow. One afternoon, I helped Sarah, not her real name, with her homework. She is a mischievous and witty 9-year-old girl who always has an opinion about everything and is not scared to give you her 2 cents. Her mom is not a fan of that trait at all. Anyway, the instruction was to draw an organ of the body and write a description about its function. I told her let's choose intestine, inspired by one of our mythical creatures that can split their body in half, and the intestine would just be hanging. We both laughed and agreed to it. After finishing homework, she said she wanted to share a story that she had been keeping to herself. In 2019, I was in the first grade. My old school has an urban legend about a tradition that involves principals being buried within school grounds if they're still holding the position upon passing. All teachers say they've heard of that, but they don't know if it's true or not. And because we're only 7, we're also not capable of investigating it. One Monday, my friends and I were playing this outdoor game called Chinese Garter at their school's yard. Please see picture attached. Okay, and then I'll insert the picture of it here. This one girl, let's call her Macy, lost the game and threw a tantrum by stomping her feet repeatedly while screaming until something cracked. She could feel it, and we all heard it. We all paused and gathered closer. She dug the thick grass and pulled a small object from the soil. We were all quiet and making serious analysis of what it could be. It took us about 5 seconds to realize that it really looked like a broken part of a tombstone. Still a bit shocked, I took the lead and instructed them to leave as if nothing happened, because nothing happened. They all followed me even though they were scared. Macy pulled me to the side to explain that she really has to tell their class advisor about it, because the spirit might haunt and harm her. I scolded her to make her realize how ridiculous she sounds, and threatened her to not dare risking Chinese Garter to be banned at our school. A few days later, Macy approached me saying the thought of hiding something keeps her up at night, and she hasn't been doing so well. I convinced her that it's all in her head, and she should just let it go. She then came up with an idea that if she can't tell anyone, then it's her responsibility to at least try to fix what she destroyed. I got annoyed and sarcastically pulled an art glue out of my backpack to give it to her, and said, "Good idea, I got exactly what you need." Macy looked like she was losing her mind. We both went on our separate ways. Friday came and I was so happy to be home from school, because it's finally the weekend. I went to my parents' room to talk to our then house helper. Let's call her Cindy. While she's folding some clothes, I talked to her about how my day went, and she responded enthusiastically as always. The open door suddenly slammed so hard, startling both of us, and wind blew all over the now closed room. We sat on the edge of the bed, so close to each other. We were both confused about what just happened. Cindy stood up to open the door, only to slam it so quick again. She stood frozen and panting a little. I started to feel nervous, but just waiting for her to say something. We got our focus back after a minute because my grandma called out on us. We opened the door and rushed out of the room. Cindy said, "I thought I saw some shadow man because I lost track of time and forgot to turn the lights on. It's starting to get dark outside." I couldn't help but think about how the door slamming, the windy closed room, and the shadow man all together are so not normal. But I just let it go so my weekend won't be ruined. After dinner, I used my mom's phone to watch YouTube and to take dancing videos. I had a blast all by myself until I got tired, returned my mom's phone to her, then went to bed. My sleep was interrupted by a heavy, unexplainable feeling. I woke up in a cold sweat. It took me a while to be fully conscious. That's when I woke my mom up. She took my temperature and was shocked to see that I was having a really high fever. She gave me some medicine and a cold compress. I was able to go back to sleep, but I woke up again during sunrise. My mom took me to the kitchen to have breakfast. She tried cheering me up with Spam, my favorite. I absolutely had no appetite and felt extreme discomfort that I couldn't understand. I refused the food and threw up some yellow substance. My mom was shocked and called my dad to bring me to the hospital, where I got tested and medicated. I was sent home and advised to be monitored closely. Because people around us are so superstitious, my grandma was advised by some neighbor to have me checked by some witch doctor. My mom agreed and we went. The old woman performed some ritual that involved chanting and candle melting. I observed everything in my environment, thinking this would be a funny story to tell my classmates. The old woman called out our attention to give her findings. She said that I made somebody upset with the way I'm acting, and they want to teach me a lesson. My mom scolded me. She said, "This is what you get for being so loud at night, knowing that our house is surrounded by trees. Remember that one time you and your friend hung out at the river and you were both screaming and yelling for no reason?" My mom's nagging only sounded faint to me because my mind was preoccupied with the school backyard incident. My heart was racing and my vision was spinning. I kept telling myself I gotta be strong. This is just a coincidence. What will that make me if I'll be the one to report what happened? Or if I tell one of my friends about this? Especially with the way I was being so dismissive. I will not say anything no matter what happens. I will stand by my decision or else I'm gonna look hypocritical. The witch doctor performed some rituals and chants to drive the spirit away. I took deep breaths and self-meditated to calm down. I was entertained with everything I heard, and I didn't know what to say. After a minute, I asked, "So you'd really rather die than to swallow your pride and admit you're wrong?" So nonchalantly, I said, "Oh, yes, of course." I laughed and thanked her for sharing her secret. I hope you guys enjoyed my niece's story. I have some more to share from people around me. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Oh my god, Lily, what a crazy story from your niece. That is so insane. But she really said that she was gonna die on this hill. She was not gonna tell anybody about what happened. I mean, other than you, right? Because I don't see you going and telling the school what happened to her like a while back. But that was so scary. Can you even imagine that? Like having something tormenting you because you disturbed their gravesite? Like definitely an experience that she will probably learn from. And I mean, for now, she's gonna have to just keep it to herself, as I said, other than telling you, which I feel like she needed to just get that out of her system. And again, thank you so much, Lily, for sending that story in to me. I really enjoyed it. All right, let's go ahead and get into story number 2. And this one is sent in to me by Jay. It says, "Hello, Brenda. My name is Jay, also known as Jay Gonzo." Hey, Jay. I'm so excited to have another story sent in from you. And he says, "I wanted to share a couple stories with you about what I've experienced at my previous job in a hotel. The first experience happened when I worked night shift and I was in the lobby mopping when I witnessed the door slowly open on its own. I looked at it and jokingly said, 'Can you please shut the door? You're letting the cold air in.' I watched as the door slowly closed. After that, the front door remained locked through the night unless a customer pulled up. Don't know what that was about, haha." And second story. While employed at the hotel, there were 2 tragic deaths of a couple customers who've stayed at the hotel for years. And before they died, they were known for getting up early to prep the belongings for the crew they worked with, putting ice in coolers, start company vehicles, etc. When the job was passed on to another crew member, he said, quote, "The other morning I got up to get ice for our coolers. I swear I saw our dead coworker standing by the vending room, so I got scared and ran back to my room so my roommate can help me." End quote. The light in the vending room is burnt out, and he said it looked like his deceased coworker was standing by the vending room waiting to get it. All he could see was this dark figure that looked exactly like their coworker. This sighting was just 3 days after their deaths. That's it for now. I hope you like them, and I'll send some more in the future as I continue to have trippy experiences. Hope all is well and happy Spooktober, VSS. Jay Gonzo signing off. Oh my god, Jay, thank you so much for those creepy stories. I always want to hear more about like your like any stories that you've experienced because you work the night shift. I feel like there's so much activity that you've probably witnessed at these buildings where it's usually nobody in there for the most part, or just being around when there's not a lot of foot traffic from other people. I feel like that's when things happen the most. But thank you so much for sending this in. Definitely very creepy, and I feel like there's no way that it would just be a coincidence for them having these sightings of their deceased coworkers only like a few days after they passed. They definitely wanted to maybe say their farewell to them or something of the sort. Very eerie and a little bit sad. Okay, thank you so much, Jay. Now let's go ahead and get into story number 3. Okay, and this is another story from Lily. She sent me quite a few that I haven't gotten to, so I haven't gotten a lot of submissions recently, so she has a majority of the slots here for today's video. Alright, this one says, "Hey fellow ghost story enthusiasts, it's Lily again, writing on her free time to get distracted from life. I randomly remember this story shared to me by my brother Alec, not his real name, 16 years ago. For a while, he got into their school soccer's varsity team. Where we're from, the sky starts getting dark at 5 p.m. Them finishing practice at 6:30 p.m. may barely be called nighttime, but can still get scary if the place is quiet. So after practice, he went to his locker on the second floor to get his stuff. Then he washed his face. As he walked his way to the stairs, he heard a kid crying. He thought to himself, damn, some parents really do forget to pick up their kid. Like, what the hell? He called out on him, "Hey, come here. Let's wait at the lobby together." It was dark, no lights were on, but it wasn't pitch black. He could still see him sitting on the floor with his back facing him. Alec thought, oh, maybe he is scared to move because it's dark. He said, "I will come back, stay right where you are." He talked to the security guard about how there's a boy crying at the second floor and that they should get him. The man simply said no. Alec couldn't believe what he just heard. He said, "What did you say?" Without hesitation, the man responded, "No, I'm not doing that." Alec got heated, but didn't have time to argue. He was like, "Give me that freaking flashlight so I can do your job for you." He snatched the flashlight from the man's hand and ran to get the kid. In his mind, he thought, "I am so gonna get you fired, you asshole. The kid's mom is not gonna like it." When he reached the second floor, the kid was still there, still crying, but had calmed down and was not loud anymore. He was still more than 6 feet apart when he yelled, "Hey, look, it's not dark at all. This thing's literally as bright as a light bulb." He still could only see the kid's back. He said, "Come on now, don't make me walk farther. I am tired. Turn around and look at me. I haven't even taken off my soccer shoes yet." He sighed deeply and said, "All right, I'm coming." Alec's eyes are fixed on the boy as he gets closer. He blinked once, and he's gone. What happened hasn't fully sunk in yet. He stood there confused. After 5 seconds, he bolted, almost falling down the stairs. Upon reaching the lobby, the same security stopped him before he leaves the campus with the flashlight. The security guard snatched it from him and asked, "Do you understand now?" I wouldn't know what to do with all these stories and my enjoyment in writing them without your channel. I don't see myself sending them to another creator. May you have more subscribers and more submissions. Oh my god, Lily, you're so sweet. That actually made my night. Thank you so much. I am special. I have all of Lily's precious stories. Thank you so much. That one was a truly terrifying story. Like, that security guard obviously knew that this kid, the spirit of this kid roams around here, and that's why he didn't want to go with your brother. But like, what the heck, like, not even giving him the heads up about why he didn't want to go up there. Like, he just straight up refused to, not even telling him like, I don't want to go up there because that's a ghost or that's a spirit or I'm scared or whatever. I'm guessing it's probably because he thought that he wouldn't believe him even if he told him that he wasn't going to go up there because the kid that was crying was a ghost. I mean, I wouldn't believe it either, but at least give him something so he would be a little bit more cautious, I guess, because I feel like that could have possibly traumatized him just a little bit. Nothing too bad, but still probably scared the crap out of him. I feel like I definitely would have been scared as hell, because anytime that I'm by myself at work and I turn the lights off, I have to like book it, even though nothing has ever happened there. I feel like if something did, it would be really hard for me to come back to work. As like your brother, if he had that happen, I feel like he would have a hard time going back to play soccer there and then be there at that hour where it gets dark so quickly. And girl, here in Washington, once it's daylight savings in the wintertime, it gets dark here at 4:30. It's like 4:35, the sun is almost completely gone and it's freezing. At least I feel like the Philippines is probably warm for you guys, at least, you know, at least you have that. Because here it's like freezing cold and dark and scary and rainy and snowing and all of that stuff, and you learn to hate it after a while. Yeah, but as I said, thank you so much. I really enjoyed that story. It definitely creeped me out. I knew where I was going after the little boy wasn't replying to your brother, but still, it still scared me. I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no. I thought he was gonna end up turning around or something and having like a super scary face or something. That's honestly what I was anticipating, and I was like, oh, if that happened to me, I would definitely run out of there crying and screaming. I feel like your brother was brave to even go that far. Of course, I don't think it was even in his mind that it could have been a ghost. He was probably just like, this is just a little kid who's scared. I don't think it even crossed his mind. But it still takes a little bit of bravery to walk up to somebody who's sitting there in the middle of a dark room, you know? But anyway, guys, that is going to be the last story for today's video. Please, please, please make sure to send me some more stories, because I am gonna slowly start running out of them and not being able to do these ones for a little while until I get some more. So I would really appreciate it if you sent some in to me, or if you know somebody who has a story and you don't think that you can tell it for them and you want them to send it in to me, share my email with them. Let them know about my channel. Share it with other people. Be like, does anybody have any stories to send to Brenda, because she's desperate? I would really appreciate it. But if you made it all the way to the end of this video, make sure to leave a light bulb emoji. That way I know who stayed all the way to the end. And if you did, just know that I really, really appreciate it. And me and you are besties, because not a lot of people make it to this point in the video. Oh, also, before I do end the video, today's comment shout out goes to this person right here. Thank you so much for leaving a nice comment. As always, I really do appreciate it, and it really makes my day. And if you want to be the next comment shout out, all you have to do is leave me a nice comment down below, and that's it. Thank you again for watching, guys. Hopefully I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to stay safe and be kind. Bye bye.